Today in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build this raised garden that you see here displayed at Lowe's. It's pretty easy and only requires two different types of material. Now, the first material that you're going to need is going to be cinder blocks. Now, these cinder blocks are commonly used to put 2x6s in them or even 2x4s. So you can see here they're about 3/4 inch thick. And I have 3 in each corner. So you're going to need 12 total for this project. And you're also going to need 12 2x6s. Now, depending on the size of the raised garden bed that you use is going to obviously dictate the size of those 12x6s. Mine's is custom made. I'm doing 8 feet wide and 3 feet on the side. So you're going to have, like you see here, 3 on the walls and 3 in the front. And that first 2x6 is going to be underground a little bit. And same thing as the cinder block as well, okay? You're also going to be using 4 2x6s on top. So you actually need 16 in total. So this is how it looked before we installed this raised garden bed. You can see that the previous homeowner had just a piece of wood installed, but it doesn't really give it the height that I'm looking for to build the proper vegetation that I'm trying to. So if you don't have anything that previously installed and you're just working with a open area, then you can skip this step and obviously go straight into installing those blocks in those corners, okay? Now, if you're installing on concrete, then you don't have to do any digging. You can just install those blocks right on top of the concrete. However, I'm installing this on soil. So my best advice is when you install that first block, go ahead and dig a little bit in the ground, about 5 to 6 inches. That way, that first block, because the more you dig, that soil is going to get more compact. And it's going to give that first block a more stable base to sit and not settle, because soil obviously tends to settle over time. So just go ahead, I'm digging that. I'm also cutting side pieces of my wood, because like I said, I'm not going with a 4 feet on the side. I'm going to be cutting it custom to my house. So I'm going to be pretty much cutting it to about 2.5 feet on the side. So if you obviously are not doing that, you can skip that step as well. But obviously you might need a saw or a miter saw to cut wood if you are custom building this raised garden bed. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you can see that this concrete block is right here, nice and about a couple inches, 4 or 5 inches underground, and it's setting perfectly. It's nice and level, and it's giving it a nice base. That way it's not going to move over time, and that, like I said, is really key to make sure you're doing that. So I'm packing down the soil with my foot, and obviously, like I mentioned earlier, since this block is going to be underground, the 2x6, you will have to dig a trench along where that will sit as well, because obviously, if the first block is underground, that 2x6 will be a little bit as well. So go ahead and do that on the other side. Once you do that, a very key detail to make sure is to really make sure that everything is level. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm taking my leveler and I'm making sure that all 3 blocks are level. Now, you have to make sure that they're level, not just only within themselves like you see what I'm doing here, but you also want to make sure that each blocks in all the 4 corners are aligned on the same path. So what I mean by that, so you can see I have a 2x6 right here resting on each block. They have to be, this 2x6 should be level. Otherwise, the corners, one of these corners is either too high or too low, and I need to adjust it accordingly. Otherwise, these 2x6s won't set perfectly in this cinder block, okay? So this is what I'm doing here. I'm just making sure that it's level, and then once you go ahead and confirm that this is level, you can go ahead and go right into installing that first 2x6. Now remember, you have to dig a trench like I mentioned, because this is going to be a little bit underground as well. Now, one of the most important details when putting these 2x6s in that concrete block slot is making sure that each 2x6 is right below that concrete top line. So if you can see here as I zoom in, each 2x6 is right below the top line of the concrete block. Now, this is important because when we go to install our 2x6s that rest on top, if that 2x6 is bulging out any little bit, that other 2x6 that rests on top won't rest smoothly. So obviously we want to make sure that each 2x6 is aligned accordingly to the top line of that block on both sides, okay? Now you're good to go ahead and install the back wall as well with the 2x6s. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm also, like I mentioned earlier, my sides are going to be custom sized. So I'm taking a level, I'm going where that concrete block pretty much breaks off, where those 2x6s fit, and I'm going to draw a straight line where I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut straight down that line. That way it can fit nice and snugly in the block, and also 3 on the side as well. So like I said, 12 2x6s in total, 3 in the front and 3 in the sides. And you can see this is the final result after all the woods have been put in place. Now, the 2x6 that rests on top is what we're going to do for our last step. So, if I take a snapshot of how this looks like, you're going to see that this 2x6 is only resting on the corner of the horizontal, the front and the back members, okay? And the other 2x6, when you go ahead and grab that 2x6, is going to rest right on next to the 2x6s that are resting horizontally. So what do I mean by that? If I zoom closer, you can see that this other 2x6 is going to rest right along the 2x6s that rest on the front and the back, the long side of this raised garden bed. Now you're going to also take a screw, and you're going to screw every about 12 inches onto that top wall of that 2x6, and that's going to keep those 2x6s in place. So you're going to do that on the side as well. So that's what I'm doing here. Now the type of screws that I'm using is you have to use pretty deep screws, pretty big screws. 4.5 inches exterior screws is what I'm using, because you have to remember, you have to go through that top 2x6, and you have to also go through the 2x6 on that wall. So I am using 4.5 inch exterior screws for this particular project. Now, this is how the raised garden bed will look with all the 2x6s installed on top. You can see it looks very nice, but it's not just for looks, it's also for a purpose. So you can see that those top 2x6s serves as a soil line, and it stops the soil from going over the wall, like I said, in the rare case that you do want to fill it all the way up, it's not going to go over that wall and overflow. That top 2x6 acts as that top line. So it also does a great job of hiding the concrete block and making the raised garden bed look very aesthetic. So this is the final product. Like I said, I also lined the inside with some plastic. You guys can do that as well. And that's only because, like I said, pressure treated wood can leak chemicals into the soil. So you can see here I'm using this plastic pretty much sheet inside. You don't have to do that. You can use a lining if you want. And if you're not using pressure-treated wood, then you probably don't have to do this step. So I'm adding the soil now, as you guys can see. And we're going to go ahead and add some cow manure mixed in a little bit. And then I went ahead and I just installed a string down the middle. And every 6 inches, I did a string vertically. And in every single square, I'm going to be planting a different plant in each different square.